Hey, welcome back. Um, we decided to come back to do movies that I saw in April. A lot of people liked the video from March, so I decided to come back and do it again for April. So we're gonna start off with the first movie that I saw in April, and the first movie I saw was Do the Right Thing. For the first movie that I saw in April was Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee, which came out, I believe, in 1989. I really enjoyed it. It's probably one of my favorites. Spike Lee made this movie incredibly good by the writing and the directing that he did in it. I believe this should have won Best Original Screenplay when it, got nominated, but crap happens. But yeah, I think this is the best Spike Lee movie that he ever made. I thought the whole acting was good itself, how it proves a point. This movie does really talk about race and all that, and I thought how it was really good how he tries to explain it and how he showed it off in the movie with it. But I really enjoyed this movie, and I gave it a 10 out of 10 or 5 stars because I'm showing Letterboxd, so yeah. Alright, for the second movie that I saw in April was Before Sunrise by Richard Linklater, by the same guy that made Dazed and Confused, which was another favorite of mine that I saw in February. Oh wait, no, sorry, March. Yeah, the movie came out in 1995, and honestly, I feel like it's probably one of the best romance movies I ever saw. And I'm not a romance movie watcher myself. I don't really watch romantic movies or any rom-com types of thing, but this is probably one of the best ones I ever saw. It's kind of like a regular conversation in a movie. Like, I don't know how Richard Linklater did it, but him and I think Ethan Hawke, by the way, Ethan Hawke did amazing in this, and the other girl, I forgot her name, Julie Dolby. I probably spelled that wrong, but said it wrong anyway. But they all did incredibly well, and I really enjoyed the movie. The writing was good, really good. Like I said, it was like a conversation, like regular conversation brought into a movie. Like they didn't even know they were filming. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. Hey, quick editing note. The reason why the trailer's like so up big and like out of frame-ish, and the posters on the left. From how I did it last time, I had to deal with copyright issues. So this time I just made it like abnormally big and add the poster in the way of the trailer so you could sort of see it and get the picture without it like being clear view for it, because I'm not trying to get copyrighted. But yeah, that's my editing note. The next movie that I saw in April was Reservoir Dogs by Quentin Tarantino, which was made in 1992. This is like his first movie of his like 9 movie career that he wants to do, which is very unique, if I could say. 9 movies from a director. But anyway, Reservoir Dogs, I gave it was a really good movie from like his first movie. I personally think Pulp Fiction is his best one. We'll get to that next time. But Reservoir Dogs, I really enjoyed it. The whole character group with Mr. Pink, Mr. Black, Mr. Brown, Mr. White, and Mr. Yellow and all that. Mr. Pink too, they're all good. I personally like Mr. Pink. I thought he was cool in the movie. The writing was amazing in this too. It was really good, very funny and unique in it. The casting too, like whoever made the casting, brilliant, just brilliant. You know exactly who to pick for the characters. Even Quentin Tarantino was in this. He played Mr. Brown, a director in his own movie. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I personally liked it. I really enjoyed it. Like the gun scenes, some of it was amazing. Some of it was like not even like it was good, but none of it was like as good as Pulp Fiction. But yeah, 8 out of 10. Now the next movie that I saw after Reservoir Dogs was Pulp Fiction that was made in 1994 by who else? By Quentin Tarantino. This is the best Quentin Tarantino movie out there. This is his greatest, this is his best. The movie that got him to where he is right now, which is being one of the greatest, best directors all time. It's just amazing. John Travolta played it. Samuel L. Jackson's like not debut, but big breakout role. This was amazing. He did really good. The storytelling was really good too. The writing, it wasn't even himself who did it too. It was his friend too that he worked at a video store. Really, really good. The acting, I loved it too. Everything, I already said it, but it was good. I think it's Uma Thurman or somebody. Probably got her name wrong. She played the girl in the movie. They did incredibly good. The movie just itself is really good. Like, I would recommend it for everybody who hasn't seen it. Definitely a classic, Oscar-winning movie. 10 out of 10. Now, the next movie that I saw in April was The Big Lebowski by the Coen brothers. It was made in 1998. Really, possibly one of the funniest movies that I've seen. It was so hilarious. Jeff Bridges did so well. John Goodman did so well. And the Coens, they did so good in this movie, man. It was so funny. And believe it or not, when it first came out, it wasn't even like a box office hit. And then it became a cult following. It's just so hilarious. The writing is good. The acting is good. Even Philip Seymour Hoffman was in it. That could tell you something. It was so funny. I think you should see it. Any of you who's watching this video right now, you need to see this movie. I recommend it so much. 10 out of 10. Now, the next movie I saw was Neighbors by Seth Rogen. And Seth Rogen is one of my favorite comedic writers, directors, actors, all time. Very, very funny movie. It's not his best work, but it's definitely like one of his, most favorites by many people. Zac Efron was in this too, and I was surprised that he was even funny in this. This is very comedic role from him, from High School Musical and all that. But it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it, and you should watch it. 7 out of 10. Also, I didn't want to put a trailer in this because I want you to see it, and plus there's like so much crap in the thing. It's like I don't even think I can show it on here. Now, the next movie that I saw in April was How to Train Your Dragon, which came out in 2010. I decided just to rewatch it, just to see how it was, because I haven't seen this movie since I was like, 8 or 9. And it still holds up. This is probably one of the best and greatest DreamWorks animation movies of all time. I really love the, just like the dragons and I just like the dragons. Now I'm just kidding. But like the directing in this was good, and like the flying scenes. And this is an animated movie. This is animation, and it's like amazing how like the flying scenes is like. But yeah, I definitely enjoy this, and I feel like this is the best one out of the 3. So I gave this a 8 out of 10. So the next movie that I saw in April was Star Wars 3, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I started my Star Wars trilogy like last month. Not last month, but like it's a while. So I watched it for the first time, and I don't really want to state my opinions on this particular video because I am making a video just for Star Wars itself. It's gonna be a tier list for all the Star Wars related TV shows and movies. So all I can really say is so far this is the best out of the prequel series. But yeah, definitely a favorite of mine, and it's definitely like for me like an 8.5 out of 10. So the next movie I saw in April was Episode 4 of Star Wars, A New Hope, which came out in 1977. Like I said before, I don't want to say my full opinions of it. That will be for the next vid I will make for about Star Wars. But all I gotta say is it's hard between the Skywalker trilogy, because this can either be the best one, but there's 2 more which count as like like I don't know which one to decide. That's why I'm gonna figure it out in the tier list video. But this one so far, I love it to death. It's probably one of the rare moments where like this could start up a good trilogy, and good writing and everything, good directing, good visual effects, everything about it. It's just amazing. I love this movie. But yeah, just get ready for the next vid when we talk about everything about it. But definitely a 9 out of 10. The next movie that I saw in April was Seven, which was released in 1995 and was directed by David Fincher, and then was written by somebody named Andrew Kevin Walker. Long name. But this is probably one of the David Fincher's like all-time greatest movies of all time. The directing, the production design, the screenwriting was amazing. How they like make you felt like you were into the detective's work, figuring out what happens. And I really love the idea of seven deadly sins when it comes to this investigation that Morgan Freeman's character is doing. And while we're on the topic of Morgan Freeman, these actors that they picked too, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, they were all good. Sorry, my phone went off, but it's fine. They were all really good, and I just really love this movie. And Kevin Spacey, who played the villain, surprisingly, was really good in this. Really good. Like, he played the villain so well. But the cinematography too, I think I mentioned, was amazing. The camera shots of how they filmed it, from dead bodies to the detective's works and everything. It's amazing. I really love this movie, and that's why I gave it a 9 out of 10, and you should see it. So you know what's in the box. So the next movie I saw was Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, which is episode 5. Got released in 1980. Like I said, don't want to say too much, saving it for the video, but in my opinion, this is the greatest and the best Star Wars movie ever made. Nothing could top this. Maybe episode, 2. I mean, not sorry, episode 4 or episode 6, because they're all so good. So that's why I say this is the best one. The next movie that I saw in April was What About Bob, which was released in 1991 and was made by Frank Oz, which, by the way, he did the puppeting and the voice for Yoda, which is cool. But yeah, it was a comedic movie that came out around the 90s, and Bill Murray was in it, which is one of my top 5 like all-time comedic actors. And yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like a popcorn movie. You just see it and you like it, and it's funny. Yeah, there's nothing really to say so far about it. I didn't really want to show trailer footage for it because like I can't really find anything about it on YouTube. Like, I can't find any good trailers. They're all just like old, crumbled up things. But yeah, I definitely recommend seeing it. A 7 out of 10. So the next movie that I saw in April was another Star Wars movie, Star Wars: Return of the Jedi, which is episode 6. Like I said, you already know what I'm gonna say next video, but this is a really good movie, and it's hard for me because like I said episode 5 was the best, but this one comes up next to it like, oh, I don't know, is it really episode 5 or is it episode 6? But it's all really good. I love the directing, the story writing in it was good, acting from everything, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, everything was good, man. Even the one that played Princess Leia, I keep forgetting her name, Carrie Fisher, all good, man, all good. Yeah, definitely a favorite for mine, and a 10 out of 10, another 10 out of 10. So the next movie, and the last movie that I saw in April, was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, which was made by the Daniels and written by them. This is probably my favorite movie out of this whole thing. Probably the best multiverse movie of all time, like multiversal, everything about this. I love the writing, I love the directing, the fight scenes were like amazing, man. They were so amazing, and the visual effects too. All won Oscars too, by the way. All really good. I really recommend if you watch this. It's just such a good movie, man. The acting too, from all the cast in it, it's amazing, man. You gotta see it for yourself. I definitely recommend it. Alright, and just like that, that's the end of the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I will be doing a May. It might come a little late like last time, but it's fine because I got school and stuff like that. But hopefully it'll be a little slower, a little faster than last time. yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and leave a comment if you want me to see any other movies, and any responses to this video. But thank you. See you next time.